coworker. It's
A
a
coworker.
guy.
Yeah, I know it's a male. I know it's a male. So it's a coworker. So would you consider it a friend? Because I'm hearing him say friend. I'm heard I'm
Uh,
hearing.
I guess, like I said, unless he says anything else, it's friend. Yeah.
No, there was more. You know me, I'm not going to hold back, but I'm just saying I'm going to put friend / question mark because we're going to wait till he gets to talking more. Okay, so
I'm glad he's here.
Yeah, he's the one that I think's been hanging.
I know he's just a very quiet, private person, so you always wonder if those kind of people come through,
We're discussing that right now. He's like, I don't. And some people are like, well, I just don't believe in this. I don't go for it. I really don't.
Yeah, he doesn't believe.
And so I have to say, well, they don't. But I don't come across like some will be like, you know what? You just tell me, and I'll see what you got. Like in other words, impress me. Like they're not. He's a tough one. He's tough, but he's nice. He's very nice. He's nice to me.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Did y'all do paperwork or something where there's something rolled? I don't know what this is. What is this?
Well, we worked at
paper, but there's something with. I don't even know if you'd roll something up or if he would roll it up, but it's got a handle on something they're rolling. I watch it be paper towels in the bathroom, old fashioned. I don't know what the heck it is.
Well, I mean, the place we worked was Social Security, and we dealt with like paper.
So a lot of paperwork. Then that would be
all the time, yeah.
So maybe it's a shredder you're showing me or something. It looks like something to do with paper. Well, they're tearing it up. All right. Do you know how many that we processed? I can imagine it's a lot. Claims. Okay, so. And y'all worked in a certain department that either was claims being filed or false something information. Y'all caught someone that was false sometimes that were like using someone else's social security number and things. Yeah. You asked her if she remembers that. Okay. Mm-hmm. And does he have a D initial by any chance? Starts with a D, just yes, no, like first name, middle name, last name. With a D, or do you know someone with a D that it would be in your circle, but it could be alive and well. The person could be alive and well. They don't have to be him.
The D, well, it could be my brother's name is Dennis.
Okay, so he's bringing up this. I guess did he ever meet Dennis?
No, he never met any of my family.
Well, I don't know why, but he's bringing up a D initial, so let me see what this means. I'll just put a question mark by it for right now because I don't know why, if he never met him. He said, unfortunately. He's, okay, ask her if she remembers you guys say more than God, it's quiet here. You hear a pin drop. That's creepy. It is. It got real quiet.
How bright you were.
Really?
Yeah, when you looked down, your head was shining.
I don't say it. Thank goodness I know. I need to do it else. So, let me see. Did you work with anyone named Cynthia or Cindy? Or do you know someone with the name Cindy or Cynthia? And I feel like I even asked you this a year ago because I've known you for 2 years. I feel like
there was a Cynthia in grade school who was she bullied me really, really terribly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now, did he know about this at all?
I think so. I mean, we pretty much talked about everything. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you know this, but she's passed.
What?
I think she's passed. There's somebody here, and he's pointing like this at me. And that's all.
Oh. I'd be shocked. I don't know.
Sorry for what she did. She's sorry for what she did. I need to write this down.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't know. The last I heard, she was a police officer, and then she went to wanted to be a nurse, I think.
Okay, so I don't know. He's not answering me, and she's real quiet right now. But I do know that he brought it up. I mean, she brought up the name Cynthia, and I said, "Who are you?" And she said, "Cynthia." So that's why I asked you. So that name does go with her. But let me make sure this is your friend that you went to school with, and not another Cynthia. But I don't know who else it would be if it's you. She's saying it's your friend. I don't know. What I am a little mixed up about is, did he have a wife later that you heard about, or did he get married, or did he have a girlfriend? Because he said, tell her that didn't work out in the end. It did not work out.
As far as I know, I mean, the whole time I've known him, he was single. He didn't date anyone.
He never had, but he said it didn't work out. So I think he met someone. He said she was ready to go. Like, in other words, too fast, way too fast for him. Like, moving, like, let's move in together. Let's, we just too serious, too fast, he's saying. He said, you know how I was. I could have been alone the rest of my life. It's been fine.
Yeah.
Just for me, he's saying, too serious. It's for me. He said, I tried, but it just didn't work. Okay, oh gosh. And just say yes or no. Do you know how he passed?
No, that's the thing. I hadn't seen him since I left work. Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but he said that as soon as I asked you. He said, no, we lost touch.
I was curious. I don't know how he passed.
He had some artery problems that were blocked in his heart. Like, he had stents already in. So the way he's explaining it to me, he had a heart attack. Tell her that he went fast. He went fast, he's saying. So he retired from there?
Yeah.
That's what okay, so he did retire. He said he had a good life. He said, tell her I had a good life. Like, he didn't get married, I don't think, and have kids. I don't know about this woman.
I don't, like I said, I've always known him just to be single.
He said he was happy that way, actually. That's what I said a while ago. He's like, he knows me. He never married, and he never married, and he said he had a good life. Tell her, he's telling me to tell you. So he's, like I said, he's opening up totally to me. That's very appreciated. So he never married, and he said, and make sure you tell her I was happy, and I was happy. I do think he had a dog. I can see more than one, actually. I see like 3. One's with him, but then I see dogs, and either it's his home. I can't see how big. So I don't know if it's an apartment, a condominium, a townhouse, or a big old house. I don't know what, but I can see in the area, it's like he's got a tall back chair, and he's in the living room or sitting area, whatever you want to call it. And then I can see dogs running around, and he just talks to them like his kids. He loves his animals. But I think there's cats there too. But right now I'm only seeing the dogs.
He lived in a condo, and it was weird. It was just like a studio. It just had like one big room. Yeah. And I didn't know he had, I know he had a cat that was his mom's, but I didn't know about any dogs.
Well, the dogs may have came later. Like, in other words, like, he said he kept a dog for someone that just never picked it up. Like, I guess he agreed to keep it. I don't know if it's his mother, family, friend, somebody, but they just like, well, we need to get rid of it now. And then he kind of like, okay, just leave it for here for a while, but they never picked it up. And he got attached to it, which I know that 2 have passed because there's 2 with him. And there's 2 cats over there. He's got like animals around him. So 2 cats and 2 dogs. Oh, I love that. Did y'all ever go have dinner? It shows me y'all having dinner.
Yeah, we went out quite a few times.
Okay, well, you don't have to say a lot. I'm just saying he shows me y'all having dinner. He said he said y'all had like a bond, like a friend, like y'all got really close. But he said she gets me. She always got me. Like she understood me. You know, you weren't. We'll say it how he said it. I wasn't boring to her. I wasn't no fun to her. Like we would just talk for hours. Like we just got along, and I love that. I think that's really cool. You know, he really cares about you. He always has. I don't know about the Cynthia, to be honest, Miranda, unless she has passed, because it's the name, and then I heard that the only woman that's there standing with me says she's passed. So let her know it passed. So, you know, I wish maybe there's a way you'll find out later on. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I know it's shocking when you hear something like that, but I don't. She specifically told me her name when I asked, and I even said it instead of it starts with a C, because I guess you could say honestly, like it could be either one. Cynthia could be a K and all that. No, it could. It's Kelsey that could be a C, or Karen, K and C. But this is Cynthia, definitely. Write that down.
Yeah, because I can't remember any Cynthia that I worked with. I mean, that's the only Cynthia I know is.
Yeah.
And she tried in life to. Later on in life, she tried to get in touch with me to
Apologize.
and
That's her. It's her.
I didn't.
But look at the
wanna
chills.
meet
That's
with
why
her.
you're coming through, because she so wants to close that. Like, accept, you know, like you accept her apology. It's up to you to accept. That's not my job. It's up to you if you accept her apology. But this is what this is about. I got chills when you said that.
I mean, I'm really kind of shocked. I mean, like I said, I didn't know she passed. I mean, I know a lot of people we went to school with, and I'm just surprised. Maybe they just don't know she passed either.
Yeah, or I've had this happen before where I can read someone, but I don't know that they would come in like this. It's a different way I feel, and they'll be alive, but their energy. But it's bothering her that she needs you to forgive her. So she hopes she'll forgive her. I'm going to use your words. She hopes. I hope she'll forgive me. She's trying to just make things right. I don't know if she has a diagnosis, because sometimes I've read people, like I said, y'all think I'm crazy. It's not just past people. I read people.
Yeah.
Don't know. We'll see. We'll see, because it'll come out. Definitely, you'll find out. All right. Did y'all have anything that was called bridging anything that has that, like a place to eat, a street, a highway by your place, the business office?
I live I'm on the south side of Chicago, and our neighborhood is Bridgeport.
That's it. Okay, I love it, because thank you. And like I said, that's not telling too much, but don't tell anymore. But I'm just saying, it's amazing that they tell me this stuff. I just love it. Okay, that would be a. Okay. And I also see a car accident. I don't know who this is, but it has to do with you, or it wouldn't come through right now. Where I'm at. Did you get in an accident?
My mom was hit by a car. While I was maybe he remembers me talking about that. I
Maybe
guess.
that's why he's bringing it up then, because it's a accident, but it doesn't. When I just said, "Did you get hit by a car?" Did you have a car accident? He said no. So maybe it's your mom he's talking about, because he's going to bring up something you're familiar with that I absolutely know nothing about. Hey, Mary Parks was just talking about you. She probably heard me. I said you used to tape and stuff. I haven't seen you. I'm glad you're in. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, thank you. So your mom had an accident, but he's bringing it up because your mom, I don't know how much he met her or was around her or ever was, but he acts like he's met her.
That was like something I wondered if she met him, because she's passed too, so I just was curious.
He said, I really liked her. He said, we talk. So that's
Oh,
what I'm saying. It's awesome. I got they gave me chills because he's real, like he's getting softer. Not saying he's soft, but like he's.
that's something I kind of wished, and I'm glad
I
it's
know. I
happened.
love that.
I didn't, when I always thought about heaven or something like that, I never, I thought like the person stays with their family. I didn't know if there was some way they like kind of can mix with anybody.
And I've seen it. It's like I'm not an expert on heaven. I'm not an expert on what I do, but what I do, but not on how it all works. But I have seen one family that by marriage, the other ones had passed, and they were literally close to them. Now it's a family group, but then there's other people that would coming in, and I had 7 or 8 spirits from the other family coming in because they're like, well, my brother-in-law actually is him, but his wife married into my family, and it was like they were like, I was so confused because it was like, that's your who again? Well, by marriage she's my cousin or something. I was like, oh, okay, I'll give the names and that's all I can do. But it was like, I don't know how it works. I just know it's peace. They're perfect. There's no pain. They're not hurting. They watch over us. They love us, and they can surprise us all the time. Like things they tell me just blows my mind. Like I have literally got like 1408 South Smith, whatever street, just an address straight out, and it's crazy how clear they can get with me. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that's just sweet that they're talking.
It is. It's very sweet. I love it. And they're animals. You get to see the animals around them too, And I'm like, God forbid, whenever I do go, I want to see my dog that I lost or my animals. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have like.
You got some babies, yes. You got.
I'm gonna be a giant cat lady.
You'll be like, I'll handle all the animals.
Over 20 cats at least.
Imagine, girl. Oh my gosh. I knew it was going to be like 10 to 15 probably, maybe that many, but I did not know. I mean, you just said that's pretty good. I hope my loved one has a, what? Okay, wait, Joanna, I'm reading right now. Okay. And if you think of something, I don't know if I did this the last time I read with you, Miranda, Kat, but what I do is at the end, it's not the end, but I'm saying, let you ask questions if I'm not covering something that you want covered, but I'm trying to talk to him and you.
I was hoping he would bring it up.
Let me see. Well, wait. Do they always wear a button-up shirt? Like a...
Yeah.
It's always buttoned. All I can see is button. He said she knows I wear it all the time. It's a button-up shirt. Let me get something else. And I do think, how do I say this without saying too much? I think he liked you. I know that he likes you. He liked you, but he was a bit shy, and he said I was a bit timid more back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I'm trying to put it in his words, but he's kind of, he didn't tell you exactly how he felt about you the right way.
That's it.
So you get what I'm saying? Because he's turned it, I feel like blushing now, but I don't know. Okay, go ahead, hon. I'm sorry.
That's what I always wanted to know is, I actually fell in love with him, and he never, I could never get him to say anything, and we would go out to play, it felt like dates because he always would pay, he would not let me pay. And I always wondered if he ever loved me. I don't know.
No, and you know what? And I'm going to make this very clear. He said he did. He said I didn't show her or express it like I should have because part of me was scared. And part of me was afraid to mess it up. Now, I don't know his personality like you did. But I could see him being like afraid a bit of like, oh my gosh, if I mess this up, if I come on too strong, or even like not awkward but nervous. He was a little nervous about it because he's like, look at her, like she liked me like that, like she cared about me.
Yeah,
And I think y'all had talks.
him.
Yeah, you had talks.
I always told him. I wrote him cards and told him in person. You know, I clearly told him my feelings.
Oh, I love
And
that.
he was just like a brick wall, and like I don't even know what he's
He said,
feeling.
I never told her I didn't love her.
But I mean, yeah, I just never.
But you didn't. He didn't show the right. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like,
there were actions.
give me a hint here or something. Say something. Yeah.
Like he gave me a box that was. It looked like a ring box.
Oh my gosh.
It was towards when I was leaving. I guess he didn't know I was leaving yet, but I swear when I was opening it, I'm like, if this.
If this is what you think you're gonna fall over.
Because I would have said yes, but it was a necklace, but it was still pretty. But it's just I always thought he didn't want to get involved because I'm gonna tell you he was a lot older than me. So
and he said people would talked already. They were talking about him. He said so he didn't know that your family and other people were going to accept it because he said, "Look at me compared to her." And a while ago, he said, "Look at her." Like how beautiful you are, and like he wasn't good enough in a way. And I said, no, you're good enough, and mentally we're talking. And he said, but there was such a difference, but it's age difference.
I talked to my parents all the time, and they said they were perfectly fine with it. And in fact, my dad is currently with somebody
younger,
about the same age difference as me and him. So it like 20 something years. It is a lot, but I had no problem with it. I just but like I said, I never got closure, and I kind of had that's kind of why we didn't keep in touch, because I just kind of it was driving me crazy.
He said he thought it was best at the last because all he would do was hurt you, because he said he couldn't do it. I think honestly in his heart he was in love with you. I believe he was, but he did not know how to show it, act, or anything because he judged. You have to put yourself in a mental a capacity where I am not good enough, or I will never, I'm too old for her. Who's going to accept that? Or she'll get tired of me. It's some things like that he actually thought. And the only reason I can relate to some of it. So I wonder,
the only reason, I mean, since he didn't tell me, I just had to think of reasons why he wouldn't.
Well, you didn't have an answer. You've never had any closure. And he said, my fault. He said, totally, it's my fault.
I just figured his main reason was he worried about what his family would think. That's what I thought.
His family was like, and not because they didn't like you. His family to him, he said, that's never going to work. She's not going to stay with you. I mean, you're so much older. What could you possibly have in common? She's young, and she's going to do things that you've already done that you're not going to want to do. So they were kind of like blah, blah, blah all the time.
Well, there were things he didn't know about me. I think he assumed that I had dated a lot before I met him and stuff. And to be honest, I never dated anybody in my life except him.
No, that's what I'm saying. You were I believe that, just knowing you, yes.
It's just because he didn't know about things that had happened to me when I was younger, and kind of why I actually thought I was going to go my whole life single. And then I met him, and we were friends. I never expect, we don't ever expect to fall in love with somebody that's way older or anything.
Right.
I expected just to be like him, single my whole life. And then it just happened, and it was, and I actually, he's the only person I've ever loved. So.
I know, babe, and I'm so sorry, but you know what? I think this was supposed to happen, or it wouldn't have. I haven't talked to you in forever, and I think this is closure. He even said he said I needed to give her closure, and I never did.
Yeah.
But he thought about you for so long, so many, many, many years, and he said he still does. But at least now he can see how you are.
Yeah, I always wanted to reach out to him later, and I wrote to messages for a while.
Did you leave anything on his phone ever, like a message somewhere for him on a voicemail, whether it be an old phone? I don't know.
I believe, I did, and then and then he used to.
Well, he played it, and he played it, and he played it until years. He played that over and over just to hear your voice. I got chills.
And he used to be on Facebook, and I would like write him messages, and I don't think he knew how to read them in the messenger thing. And I just always, I even looked at it yesterday at the
Oh my
last message
gosh,
I
wow.
wrote to him. It was, I miss you. And that was just from a couple of years ago. And then he never saw them because, like I said, I don't think he went back on there. But it's just, I kind of always thought when I left work that he would come find me or,
Do something. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
And that's hard when they don't. I know, because there's, like I said, there's not the closure. There's not, well, does he not like me? Well, he must have not liked or cared about me. And that's the way I would go. But then I'm like, no, because his actions said different.
Yeah, like I said,
In
yeah.
my case, he said different, my person. But like when they don't, you're just kind of hanging. Like, what happened? Like, why did you do that? Yeah. So
the actions.
But it's him and some. He said my overthinking and my family. It was just all of it. But he said, literally, and I wrote. He played her message over and over. That's all yours, over and over and over. Like
I'm at least I'm glad. I didn't even think he would. It was so private that he would never talk to his family about it. So I'm surprised he did talk.
No, I think he talked to them because he wanted to move forward, but he's scared. Like I said, he listened. He listened more than he acted on his own. What he felt in his heart. It was like I put it to the side and made like common sense. Like wake up. She's not going to want to stay with you. You're much older than her. Like I said, they were explaining it exactly like he just said it. So it's like.
Well, I thought maybe if I had told him more about like things that happened in my past and stuff.
But he said that's his fault too, because he
would have believed me more. But like I said, I kind of gave off the impression, I think, that I had dated a lot, and I thought maybe probably that intimidated him or something. But he never knew that I never dated anybody. So I mean,
yeah, you're the innocent good girl. I know. Not that I mean that that's bad, but I'm saying like it's so easy to. How do I say this? Like, just like I said, he messed it up, and he's saying that. And I said, well, it doesn't mean you messed it up. It's just you made some mistakes. And he said, yeah, you could call it that. So in other words, he didn't do anything like he should have done on timing and let you know that he was in love with you. Let him, like, even to go slow and get to know you more, or at least without listening. He said, my parents made it sound like it will never work. And they, I believe my parents because she was like out of my league is what he's tried to say. He's used the word league twice actually.
I don't think I was,
but he did though. He really did.
It just makes me.
But he's still sad. He said, okay, he's not sad. He's had to learn. But he also said he's sorry about leaving with no answers because that was his fault.
I'm glad because I kind of knew through his actions that he loved me, but it's just good to get the confirmation that he actually did, because I was still like, I don't know if he does. That means like
it means a lot. I feel
it means
too.
a lot to me because I never had anybody love me before, so it was kind of.
Well, you have. I can promise you, he loves you. I can feel it, and the way he says it so passionate. Like I messed up. He said I didn't know. I might have been older, but I didn't know a lot about women, and I didn't know all of the things I should have done now. But that doesn't mean that he's a bad person. It means he messed up, and I guess
no, it's not just. I know he had a lot of. I mean, I know his parents lived to be quite old, so I know they were still with him when
he ended up
around the time we were working. Yeah, he took care of his mom and. His dad passed, I think, suddenly, but it's good to know that I'll see him again.
Oh, yes,
he's with my mother.
Yes, they all are.
Maybe it'll work out, and it'll work out in the afterlife.
Yeah,
I don't
never know, do you? See, we don't ever know about that. That's what I'm saying. It's amazing.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how all of it works either. We all have our own ideas. I know that, but like, it's amazing. I'm trying to write this too. He took care of his.
I just want him to know that he was the only person I ever loved.
And you can hear her, everything she says. You were her only time she's been in love with you. That's so touching. That makes that's so sweet. That's so pure. Like pure and innocent. Like that. He was your love, and then he didn't didn't treat it as he should have, but not because he didn't love you, because he just, I don't think he knew how. I don't think he knew what to do with being told constantly, well, you can't, she's so much younger than you and it won't work and you're going to end up getting hurt and you better not even go there and da-da-da-da-da. And it was just constantly, even some other woman that was his aunt or an older sister or something said, you better listen to my dad.
He had one sister. It was a little younger than him, but it's just like I said. I the last year I left work mainly because of my health, but some part of me left because he would. I know he was confused because he would come down to my desk and he would just kind of like. My friends would say it was sometimes when I wasn't there, he kind of would just walk past and he just act like he was lost, or he'd come down and he wouldn't know what to say.
He said it was just an excuse that I act like I needed something. He said
every time. Or he had some gift. I think it was like an edible arrangement, and he kept saying he was going to deliver it, and he never did.
I love that.
Weird thing. So I knew. Yeah, but it hurt so bad to see him all the time and not know what he felt, and so I kind of said, if I don't get away, this is going to drive me crazy. And I don't blame you,
crazy, because it is hurtful. It's nothing's happening, so it is hurtful. I would say Asia said, I love this. In other words, a story. I wish she were able to experience the love in real life, but this is precious, and it is, Asia. It's so sweet. And that's what I feel from him. I feel the love he has for her. He just did not know how to put it out there and what to do with it.
I mean, yeah, I didn't really know if in his, before I had met him, I never knew if he had been married or not. I feel like he never was. I don't even know if he ever really had a love before.
I don't think he did. I think it was you, only because I don't see any. And they usually will tell me, like, oh, I was married, I had 3 kids. When I asked. And he said no, he never married.
And then when you're like, I know for me, my family, a lot of my weird family, they think a woman of a certain age, if you're not married, that you must like girls, and they used to throw that at me.
Crazy. Oh my God.
And I thought to myself, well, maybe he likes guys. Maybe that's why he's never been with somebody. It got in my head. There was so much
unanswered, he said. It's true. Yeah. There's no answers. Yeah. Wow. That does make sense.
I just feel so great because at least I
do too.
I know I have. At least I know I have had a love.
And it's bittersweet but always know that you did, because he's telling me again to remind you, he did. He really did love you. I just didn't do it right, he said, but it didn't know. He said, I thought it would
make me cry all night long.
I'm sorry. I want you to be sad.
Happy tears, though.
Yeah, I want you to
sad because I sad also because his parents lived to be an old age, and he passed relatively young compared to them.
Yeah.
And so
he said he got used to being alone. Like, in other words, he just lived life, and he had loved his animals, which whatever they all are. I know there is cats too, but I did see dogs.
So it completely shocked me when I saw that his name, and I'm like, he cannot be gone.
Right. Then you're like, no,
because he was I don't know, same age as my mom, pretty much.
That's hard. That's hard, because I saw him. Well, somebody called me last year and told me that somebody that I really cared about at one time a lot, and we got really close, and he had just he passed really fast, unexpected, totally. And I was like, no, I was supposed to talk to him next week, and we were going to get together for lunch and all, and it just, sometimes you don't, it just can't happen that way.
I am always thankful when I hear about people that do pass, quickly, though, without pain and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't think he did, because he said he said I had some heart issues, and he said I had stents put in, and then he said I had a major heart attack. Now, he didn't go into graphic. He just said I didn't feel anything. Like, he just passed. I guess fast.
Well, I kept in, how you are when you still love somebody. You're like,
oh yeah,
you're like watch.
You creep on him. I would.
I tried to see if he he never went back to Facebook, but like I knew the names of his sister and stuff, and so what happened is he passed like 10 days before his nephew got married.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. I was thinking of a
And
birthday.
and it looked like they did the wedding, and then like 4 days later they had his memorial.
Yeah, because that's hard. They don't want to do it then.
But
Do you know a J name? A J? Is his name J, or is the last name J? Not Jones, Johnson, Jones. I don't know if it's, but a J. It could be a woman too, but I think it's J.
I know a good friend. Her name was Jackie that passed away too.
All I want to do is write her down because I think she's here. Because we won't be able to go into that tonight. But I also want to make sure that
I had, like I said, what was really sad about my work is so many people. I lost so many people there, and they all passed like very young, considering like early 50s.
Social Security, yeah, y'all worked for. That's a great job, I guess. But wow,
I used to think I was like kind of like an angel of death in a way, because I was on the floor with him, and we lost so many people in our section, and then I was moved downstairs, and like all these people were passing away around me down there too, and I'm like, it's just
that is crazy, isn't it? That's a lot.
So many people passed. So many. I mean, like I said, and most of my friends obviously were older than me. I was kind of like more on the young side. A lot of them were a lot older than me. Like I had like 3 women that were like my second mothers, Jackie was we hung out with her all the time. There's just so many great people that I lost. Where'd you go?
Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. Well, my phone just froze up while you were talking, but I could still hear what you're saying, but I couldn't see anybody. I was like, what is going on? Okay, that scared me because I was like, please do not go out or shut down. That was weird, Mandy. It makes no sense. It always, have you tried your other phone? You could try your other phone, but it's if you don't want to, that's
invite me up.
Huh?
Did you mean to invite me
up?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm here. Yeah, I can't even remember now. Yeah, I meant to invite you. It's like, yeah. What happened was it froze up, and I could hear her voice, Miranda Catherine. But yet it was black screen. I'm like, where'd she go? Where'd they go? Can they hear me? Hello? And nobody could answer me. And I was like, oh, this ain't good. But anyway, I heard what you said, honey, and about Jackie. And maybe these are just people a little closure you're getting because
maybe
friends are up there together. I don't know, but
maybe because he came through a lot of like all of my coworkers are there or something.
Well, that's Cynthia and Jackie. That's 2 women too, so that's like 3 people that came through for sure.
I mean, I'm actually I didn't think a lot about it when Cynthia wanted to meet with me so long ago, but for her to, I never really believed that she was sorry, but for her to pop in the reading, she's serious.
I'm saying. And sometimes you remember that mean girl that bullied you, but they're different later on. And sometimes it's because they've passed and they want to fix it, or it's because she changed before she passed, I don't know. I didn't go into detail with her, and like I don't have her spirit like holding her like him. I'm still like holding on to him for did I get anything else that I can, but he's like fading a little. But my point is, I think that they do come back and say they're sorry. I don't think they always do, and not everybody will, but it has happened before. It's happened to me. It's happened to many people I've read. Many that they'll be like, I just want to say I'm sorry, or I loved her and I'm sorry that we didn't make it, and I made the mistakes I'd made, and it would be with a man and woman that had kids together, but something happened between them and he was trying to say sorry for what happened. And without me going into too many details, but it does happen, and it's amazing. To get that closure. Oh, they do know what's going on.
Did he ever when he gave me that one gift, did he ever plan on it ever being a ring, or did it just
was it more like just a plain ring, wasn't it?
It was like it was very it was like wrapped, and it was in a ring box, and he kind of just handed it to me, and I'm like,
He said if you could have seen your face. Well, I can imagine seeing her face. Believe me.
My God.
Anytime a woman gets a ring box, like, come on, a ring box.
Yeah, I was afraid to open it almost.
And he said he wanted to. I think he would have. Asia's eating a sopa pea. I can't even think about that. Okay. Hi, Amber. Okay, I do think that, I don't know, it feels like his mother had a ring and he was going to give you her ring once, like an heirloom ring that was in the family. But that didn't happen, obviously.
Yeah. I'm so glad at least I know he's with my.
But I want you to know how much he cared about you, because he doesn't have to tell me this, and I wouldn't have known this in specifics that I did know if he hadn't told me. And that he does check on you, he has watched for you. He said, I know I made mistakes, but I didn't know how. He didn't know how to be a boyfriend, he said. Like, I didn't know what to tell her. I knew I felt it, but his parents were a very big part of his life and what he listened to, too.
Yeah.
And I guess one friend did say, well, there is a big age difference. You better think of it. So I don't know, that's enough to make some men that they don't have a lot, maybe self-esteem, or they're like, well, she is a lot younger than me. A while ago, he said, well, look at her. So, you know what I mean? Like, he thought you hung the moon and you were just everything. Why would you want someone older like him? And then his mom and dad, he listened to them. So he made some mistakes. But like he just said, I paid for it. He said, I lived the life alone. But he said, I was fine. Because he didn't want to love anybody else. He never fell in love anymore.
For a long time, I thought maybe he was kind of pushing me away, because he would make comments like, you're wearing too much black and you're kind of got a little heavier. And I thought, what is he trying to do?
Exactly. And like, no,
kind of like push.
Men don't say that to women.
I think he kind of wanted. I thought for a while he wanted to push me.
I think
away.
He did, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? You do those silly things or whatever. Yeah, that's kind of thing. But then if he pushed you away, he would have been like trying to get you back.
Yeah.
It's just But anyway, I think I've covered it all. I love that two friends of yours came through. That, like I said, especially with Cynthia, right? Exactly who she was. That was amazing.
That's crazy. I mean,
it is crazy.
I mean, and if I look it up, I'll be really shocked.
Yeah, let me know, because if I'm wrong, like I said, she didn't clarify that she passed, but she said, I'm her friend, and I said, is it a friend from school? So that's why I'm wondering.
For a long time, I thought when he passed away that I would never know, because he was so private. I thought they'd never have like a put out an obituary and things like that. But I just kind of ran across it because his school somehow got a hold of a mass card, I guess. So they did have a very small like memorial thing for him.
Wow. That's amazing, though.
But yeah,
Amanda, I didn't even ask. Are you doing the cards tonight, or do you not want to? She doesn't have any idea this is coming. She's paused. I don't know. You don't have to. But what I was going to say is, he's kind of fading, so I've got to do something soon.
Well, tell him to wait for me anyway.
He will always be there. He said that. Like, he's in a good place. He's happy.
Does he leave me any kind of signs or
there's something about your doormat. I've heard doormat twice. I don't know if you need to be careful not trip on the doormat outside of your door or outside of the building, or if it's inside the door. But the word doormat has come up twice with him.
Huh.
So be careful. And I don't know what else. Let me see what else. Do you have chimes at all, or do you hear something that you can hear where there would be birds or noise from outside, or some kind of? It's a noise that's nice.
Well, I did put up a bird feeder for my cats this summer, because they're obsessed with watching birds. So it's It's right outside the front window, and I just kind of sit there and
Okay, so that's
all these birds come, and I actually saw a couple times I saw a red cardinal.
A red cardinal, and then another bird that was fairly big that couldn't necessarily get it. Like couldn't get on the perch of or land on it. I guess I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But
So,
I just assumed it was my mom, but I didn't know.
well, I mean, your mom does come around you, but I'm talking about him. That he has came through that, through the birds, through the sounds, and also like where there was a larger bird, and he's like, I just wanted her to like tell her it's me. He wanted me to tell you it's you, but it was a bird that would stick out from the others. It wasn't a beautiful cardinal. It was not a hummingbird. It was not a dragonfly. It was a bigger bird that was not beautiful. I think it looks like what we call Texas doves. I don't know why we call them Texas doves.
Yeah.
They're kind of brown gray. They're not brown, but they're kind of grayish or something.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to stand up.
Where am I?
What did you say, hon?
Hold on, I'm trying to come.
No, you don't rush. Don't rush. I couldn't see my messages, and I'm almost scared to go look.
No, don't be scared, but read it. Hold on.
But read it. All right, I've got 5 people trying to get in the box. Who is this?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Now they're. I don't. If I don't know y'all, I'm not to be rude. I just don't let anybody in the box. If I don't know them, I don't. It's just something. Not to be rude. Okay, hold on. Let me try to. Hold on. Okay, so Miranda Cat, hold on just a second.
Or y'all don't look at me, but I heard y'all saying something. I had pulled 3 cards a while ago. Hold on. Let's see what number. 6.
Oh, that's my favorite number.
That is so wild. That's your favorite number?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that's wild. Okay, but look at this card. Birds are messengers.
That's my favorite number. All right, I got to stand up while you're reading because my back's getting out.
The birds are messengers we use to connect with you. When other methods of communication are difficult, nature can step in. Watch out as a bird or birds, plural, act in an unusual way. Your loved ones are saying, this is our way of showing you that we are around you. This is a sign from us. And I think this kind of looks like a cardinal. It's red on the front. It's hard to tell on the back. I don't know if anybody knows, but...
Yeah, it does look very similar to the bird. Like I said, I see all these little birds, and then I see like, just rarely I see like a cardinal. So I mean, it's, and I know I don't think I've ever seen one around here before. So it was kind of.
Oh, that's cool. Because we have these gray birds, and I have them in 2 that come. And Debbie told me they're called something. I don't remember. She'll have to tell you. And I was like, something like a Carolina something. But there were 2, and I kept having them come around and sit on the privacy fence. And because I knew they weren't bluebirds, like we have blue jays and then the cardinals, but I don't know, it's weird. Like, and they come like every morning. But yeah, I just had these cards a while ago, and I heard I got locked out, and then I come back, flipped it, and I seen that. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then you said the number 6 too. I was like, oh, I love that. Okay, I do have a couple more though. Yeah, I didn't know if she was wanting me to read cards or not, so I just pulled a couple in case. Okay. Give yourself time. Be kind to yourself and heal in your own way. Sometimes it can take a long time to heal from within. Life may never again be quite the same as it once was. In time, you'll find a new normal. Be brave and carry on living. Life is so precious, and many people love you and care about you. Your loved ones remind you also, we love you. We are still here for you in so many ways. And I feel like that's got to be him saying that, just because he's the one we're focusing on tonight. Okay. And then this is not the same one, but it's one that I got another bird. I don't even know, y'all. This is like, I guess like a bird you would get like around the beaches or something. The ones, what are they called? That a golf bird. What are they called? I don't know. Some kind of bird. Number 28.
Eagle, maybe? I
A
don't know.
seagull. Yeah, I knew that. Why'd I say golf bird? I'm retarded. Okay, for entertainment purposes only. I don't want them to think I'm bullying myself. Um, believe in yourself and your abilities. We believe in you. You can do it. You have all the skills you need to complete the task ahead. So just go for it. Breathe in confidence as you take on exciting new challenges. You are as good as everyone else, if not better. Your loved ones say, we are proud of you. Go and make it happen. Yeah, a golf bird. Like, what am I talking about? Those were just 3 I had already pulled. I'm going to pull you a couple more. Miranda Cat, I'm so happy she's here. Okay, I had 2 more fall out, so we're going to go with these. Y'all tell me if y'all hear any weird noises. Be creative and look for ways to build, grow, and manifest. What we first envision in our minds will surely follow in the physical. Think big dreams and then create them. Every building starts with the foundations. Every wall begins with that first brick. Your loved ones say, we will help you to manifest what is that you most desire. I don't know, I always have this glare. I think it's the lamp, so you can't really see this card, but it's a nest. I don't know if you can tell. There you go. And it almost looks like a hummingbird or something, but I don't know what that is. See that little whatever that is?
Oh, shit.
I don't know. Anyways, I thought it was cool, but I still can't figure it out. Almost like a nest, but not a cocoon, because that's a butterfly, but it's weird. It's strange. It's a nest. That's what it is. Okay, I'm crazy. And the other one that fell out, and I don't know if this one will even resonate a little bit, but it was stuck to the other one. If you're unsure in a current situation, why not seek extra information or get an expert to give you their opinion? No one knows the answers to every question, not even you. Your loved ones want you to know will support you by helping to bring the right person to assist you. Explore various options before you decide. And there's that glare again. It's got to be my lamp. Okay. And then I was going to at least pull you one from my empowerment deck, even though I didn't know you do this, because I feel like you need one. You're very empathic like us, so. Give me, you know what? If you don't mind, I'm going to go with number 6 because you said that's your number, so.
I love that. I'm
Yeah.
listening. I'm just standing up for a minute. Come back.
You're good. Alrighty. Make peace with uncertainty. It may take a while to find clarity about a situation. Be patient. Know that invisible healing forces are at work during this phase. Look at her. I wish I could do that. She's doing a handstand.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Randy Cat's like, yeah, maybe no, yeah. That's like,
Yeah.
I couldn't
never
even
know.
do that when I was younger.
Yeah, I know, right? I did do gymnastics when I was younger, but not today. Not today.
I kind of was always scared about being in that position, you know, or like upside down.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
and they used to, want you to do cartwheels and stuff, and in gym class, and I couldn't even do a cartwheel, so I
Yeah.
was bad at that stuff.
Well, it's like if you don't feel secure or you're not comfortable with it or something you've done, like it's scary. Because I was when I was younger, but I tried like now that I'm older, like with my son out there in the grass or whatever, I was like, oh, I can do this, and I go to do it. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna break my neck, and I was terrified.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got one more. Stop
That's
trying
okay.
to fix people.
You have like 5 minutes left if you want it. So
I just have one more here.
I'm gonna run in there and get a patch from my thing.
Okay. Stop trying to fix people. It is not your job to fix anyone. Allow people the dignity of their own paths. I don't know if there's anybody that needs fixing around you, but
Yeah.
that part,
Couple people.
yeah, it reminds me of the Wizard of Oz, but it's not a yellow brick road. It's a gray brick road. The path, not the movie, not the actual movie, just the path.
Well, that's kind of cool though, because my dad lives in Kansas,
Oh, really?
and they visited the Wizard of Oz like house or whatever that they have there.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know that was like a thing or like, it's weird how like little things will come through that you wouldn't think or that would resonate even with a card or spirit or what, like, I don't know, that was to me, but the little things are really cool to me, so.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer's here. That's Debbie's daughter, Jennifer, Miranda down there in the corner that just joined us.
Hello, ladies.
Hi, Jennifer.
It sounded like the timer just tried to do like a quarter of a buzz.
Yeah.
The Wizard. There is a Wizard of Oz museum.
Yeah, there's one. I think it's in Liberal, Kansas, or something.
Oh wow!
Really?
I did not know that. Like,
And they have I think they have an actual like yellow brick road. I mean, it looks, I think they have a lot of scenes from like the movie. And
yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to be really cool.
I need to make my son watch the movie because I couldn't even count how many times I've seen the movie like as a child, and my boys are like, "What? I'm not watching that." I've tried to get them before, but
they definitely need to watch it. But let me tell you what's cool. You're talking about the little things that Spirit shows us.
yeah,
And I'm not big on postcards. That's just a personal opinion. But the Wizard of Oz is like the biggest for me of the little things. Anytime it's brought up in any kind of way,
really?
like I'm having a hard time tonight. I'm actually having a hard time tonight, and that person, the Wizard of Oz, is my So
wow.
I tell you that.
I love that.
I know. See, that's the little things that just get me emotional.
I believe. What does that mean, Susan?
Yeah,
says
Wamigo. I think there's something in Liberal, Kansas that.
Oh,
my
because she
dad-
lives in Kansas. That's right. Why wouldn't I?
Oh, does she? Susan?
Yeah,
so
actually,
Wizard
yeah,
of Oz.
I have the keychain. They did go to Wamigo because when they did go, it's an Oz museum in Wamigo that they brought me a keychain from. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know that. She was saying there was a place about like where you can visit like the Wizard of Oz house, and then somebody said there's a museum, and then Susan saying it's in
Yeah,
Wamigo,
Susan lives
Kansas,
by
I
something.
believe.
I remember her
Yeah.
telling me before. Yes, she does. God,
I
this poor
can't-
people's trying to come
Next thing you
I don't know what's actually there's something bigger though, like in like Liberal, Kansas, which is a little farther than where my dad lives, but I'm not quite sure what that. I think there's like that's where like they have the yellow brick road and stuff.
Right. I'll be Googling it now. Like
Yeah,
I was in Kansas, but
I was just typing. I had a roommate in college that worked at the museum in Wamigo, so I heard all about it.
Oh gosh.
That's so
It's
crazy.
relatively cheap too.
I'm like looking at the keychain. I just noticed it on my my purse. I think my dad and my brother went there last year to that one.
Wow. That's awesome.
Oh, wow. I bet there's pictures, like if I Google, I can at least see the pictures. I bet they have like a tour, something that I can see online.
Susan and then went to a battlefield too one time because she had to go like, oh, no, I feel things, let me go. Remember? I can't remember where it was at.
Jennifer was in. Oh, there's Jennifer. She's back. My bad.
She's in here, or mine.
Battlefield? No, I don't think a battlefield. There is
I'm gonna say correct. You and Philip went to a place where, wasn't it like a war had been or something? Or battle something?
There is, in the town that I live in, there's a mansion here that it was the mansion of like the founding family.
Maybe that's it.
Or one of like the important families, and we went and toured it.